Woo! There we go, ladies and gents. Welcome back to the Locker Room Banter podcast show.
What the ladies are always welcome.
They most certainly are. We are on episode 53, big bro.
53,
53. We rocking out.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my dog, Mayo.
5-3, that's funny. Anyway, yes, sir. You can find your boy. Let me tell you, you can catch me on Instagram first off.
Wait, what?
I know, right? I was everywhere with that one.
You can find your boy.
You can find me on Instagram at Anwar_357. That's ANWARW_357. And on Facebook, it's simply Anwar Williams. Well, Watts, what's up? Talk to me.
You already know who it is, man. It's your boy Watts. You can hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at Watts4. That is WATTS4. Two, man, what it do?
Man, we here, man. We in closing the last part of the year. Last episode, we said we're in the fourth quarter. Now we're in the last 2-minute warning of the fourth quarter of 2020, man.
Yeah, man, we in the fourth quarter right now, man. I would say this is the last episode, but I kind of want to come through in the clutch and do one more, but
yeah.
Your ass ain't gonna be consistent.
Nah. We'll knock a New Year. We'll knock a New Year one out, and we'll take
okay.
a toll on some resolutions and all that shit. Yeah, we'll definitely give y'all one more for the years
we
out.
got one more week. Yeah, we got one more week. So
we
got one more week in between. We got Christmas next weekend, then we got the following week is New Year. So maybe we might be able to squeeze one in.
We will if your ass in Cabo or Bora Bora or some random ass place.
I was thinking about going to Jamaica, but you know what I mean? I just wanted to slide out, do a little vacation or something, but a vacation, solo vacation.
I'm about to say, vacation, where does Bay come from?
Sometimes you gotta treat yourself, right? That's what they say.
So you and a bottle of lotion going to fucking Jamaica. All right. If you
That's what they say. That's what they say, dog.
Or did the sex doll I sent you come in early?
Nigga, that's gay. Why are you sending me a sex doll?
Because you got a life, bro.
You right, I don't have a life.
And you need that. You need a companion over here.
Whatever.
It's looking real whack, but we're bad over here.
Whatever, son. Whatever.
No, but like you said, fourth quarter, we closing out the year. We're about to be at Christmas, so this is pretty much that Christmas episode.
Yeah, this is the Christmas episode, man. So happy holidays to all, man.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go ahead and run it down. I think you already kind of told us on the last episode. Any holiday plans?
Man, yeah.
Actually, you do got holiday plans. You just told me about some holiday plans ahead of time.
I do. Well, I got birthday plans first for the wife. The wife's birthday is this weekend.
I hate them holiday birthdays.
That's all.
That shit got to be wrapped up in one bundle.
Her birthday is Saturday, so we're gonna break quarantine protocol and go to an invited party where we will have to have masks and all of that good shit. But taking her to a ball, we'll see how that goes. A good friend of mine, shout out to you, good friend, who invited us to her 30th birthday party where she's gonna make it a gowns and suits attire. So strict dress code. My wife went all out with the gown. I'm loving it. It looks gorgeous. I keep a couple suits in the closet, so I'm like bro in the wood, like Big Mike. I'm gonna wear the same one I wore last year.
I mean, you ain't had a new suit since about 5 years ago.
Hey, man,
since your wedding, probably about.
I got 3 suits that I've never worn. And I've had about 5 years, for real. You know what I mean? So technically they're old, but they're new to y'all because y'all never seen them, and I never wore them. So yeah, they're still new.
Yeah.
And I tried them on. You know what I'm saying? And funny enough, I still fit them. So even with the quarantine weight,
I still
squeezed in there. You know what I mean?
You a little nigga and you lost weight, so.
I mean, yeah, I've been fluctuating, man. I'm over here looking like, I don't know what I look like now. It's somewhere in between. I'm like skinny fat with it, I guess you could say.
Yeah, man.
But no, I got that going on Saturday. I'm going to take her out to that, so we'll see how that goes. And then we'll be leaving town a couple days after that on Monday to go down to Orlando for a week to visit the parents and see my niece, see my bros.
So y'all staying down there all throughout Christmas?
Yes, we'll be there for the whole 6 days, just staying in there with my mom and dad. And we didn't have any plans to go anywhere while we're there, of course. We're just going to be there, enjoying the family, let them enjoy the kids. It's really bringing the kids to see their grandparents, more or less,
Yeah, well, I ain't really got no plans myself. I think I might even just stay up here. I don't know yet, but
okay.
I kind of, let my coworkers, since they have kids and stuff, get those days off so that way they can leave early to do whatever they got to do.
Yeah.
For traveling and stuff for the family and spend time with their kids since they have the kids. Mm-hmm. And since I don't have no kids, I kind of just be, low key just by myself. But since Christmas is actually on like a Friday, I think.
Yeah, Friday.
I might slide. Who knows?
Yeah,
I might slide to the crib. If not, we'll see.
Still pull it off. Now, did they give y'all? They gave y'all that Friday off. I would hope, right?
Yeah, they gave us Friday off. I think we still have to work a half a day on New Year's Eve on that Thursday. But I mean, either way it goes, I work remotely from home, so I can kind of do whatever I really want to.
Exactly.
It's just, do I really want to?
He ain't really doing nobody no favor letting him go because he could just be in fucking Jamaica and still be working.
I don't want to do no traveling right now to deal with all the holiday travel. That's
no, you're right. I forgot you work in the traveling industry still, don't you?
I mean, yeah, but even if you're on the road, you have to
Yeah,
travel
I
and
mean,
all
but
that
just
stuff.
you understand it
Yeah.
from doing it, so these are the times you don't want to be around
Yeah.
all of that shit.
Yeah.
And I get it. Me, when I travel, I mean, one thing people don't know about me, I pretty much drive everywhere I go. Everywhere we go, we drive. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think about the airport's gonna be this, that, and the third because I'm never there. I'm always the one driving. And when I do drive, I'm one of those that I get up at 4 in the morning before everybody's up,
Yeah.
and I hit the road then. So I'm beating traffic. So I never really care about traffic because I'm always, I guess you could say ahead of it. But yeah, I get it. Not wanting to be in anybody's airport during popular traveling days. You know what I mean?
Even on the road, because remember not the last time, because when I went home for Thanksgiving, I did what you did. I got up super early and left before traffic, and I left on a day that people are kind of not thinking about doing their traveling and stuff. But even like before, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, the last time I drove, and I came back home from Thanksgiving, bro, it took me 12 hours to get from Orlando up to Atlanta, bro.
The hell?
And because traffic was just that bad, dog.
I say, what was that, snowpocalypse? Yeah, sound like some
that
snowpocalypse shit.
That shit was fucking horrendous, dog.
Well, I don't wish that on nobody. I hate being on the road for a long period of time, and me, again, traveling with children, plural, means more pit stops than I want, more food stops than I want. So the 6.5 hours that's supposed to take always ends up taking 8 minimum. So
and I hate stopping.
When
I drive, so
same here. I be knee shaking, having a piss 45 minutes out. Like,
we gonna hold this bitch.
We gonna make it. We gonna make it. But you can't do that with little kids and wife and all of that. So I just have to have some patience. So y'all pray for me for some patience for come Monday, because I know I'm gonna have it. And there's a fucking dog coming with us. Ain't that a bitch?
Y'all got a dog?
Hell no. My sister got a dog.
Wait, but say when the fuck y'all got a dog? Excuse my language.
Yeah, no, we ain't got no dog. My sister has her dog staying with us, so he's gonna have to come down as well. Ain't that a bitch? I really don't fuck with dogs like that. I mean, I like dogs, but I don't own them, and I haven't owned since I was a kid and my parents owned. I don't got patience for animals at this age for me. I'm sorry, I don't. I liked them. I pet them from a distance, and that's it. Keep it moving.
That's what's up, man.
Well, you said you don't have no holiday plans outside of that.
Yeah, I ain't doing nothing, man. And I haven't even decided for New Year what I'm gonna actually do. I thought about probably trying to do something for New Year, but I think one of the homies is supposed to be doing a baby shower / engagement party.
Okay,
I might slide through that depending on who all gonna be there.
Infamous question. Hey, who all gonna be
who
there?
all gonna be there? But to celebrate their life before their newborn that they about to have, their engagement that they about to have. Because I think they're supposed to get married sometime in March next year.
Okay.
Because I think their wedding was supposed to be in Jamaica, but I think they moved it locally since she's pregnant now. So we'll see.
Well, congrats to them, like you said, for two things: the engagement and for bringing a new addition into this world soon enough. Big shouts out to the homie.
Yeah, man, big shout out to the homie. You know what it is. I want to say shout out to Dot, but I don't want to put it out there yet because just how people are. But
That's why I just said the homie. I know who he is too, so we're just gonna leave it at that. When the news drop, maybe we'll have him on, or we'll just show him some love on another episode.
Definitely, man. So yeah, man. What's some of the hot stuff that's been going on? We got a lot of good feedback from last week's episode.
Oh yes, man. We definitely want to do that. Shout out to everyone that gave us some feedback on the last episode. We hit some pretty deep topics, a little deeper than we normally have been, even though that's where we've been trying to go. And we got some good feedback from it. So if you don't know what we're talking about, hey, episode 52 is on SoundCloud. Go check us out.
SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, Apple Music, all that, Spotify, this and that, wherever you listen to your podcast, man.
Make sure Locker Room Banter. Yes, we're there. And I mean, again, like he said, great feedback we got. I really enjoyed it. It just kind of amped us up to say, you know what, okay, people listening and they have good things to talk about because a lot of those topics came from you guys. So, again, thank you guys for giving us those topics. When we ask y'all on our brief live sessions we have right before recording, we'll ask you guys give us a topic or two, and it turned out to be some pretty good conversation. So, thank y'all.
Yeah, man. And so we're going to probably hit up a little bit of topics, had a couple of follow-up questions to come on to it, man. But we're going to go ahead and run down some of the hot things. There's not too much, man, going on over the past 2 weeks.
For real.
But one of the biggest things, vaccine is finally out, man. The vaccine is out.
I think we briefly talked about that, but if we want to ask that question again, like what are your thoughts on the vaccine coming out? I'm not hype about it still, you know?
Yeah.
Like anything new, it's going to be scary, period. Even with changing life, anything you do new is scary. But this right here, it feels rushed like hell.
You know what the messed up thing to me was? And I don't have a problem, which if you're out here, we all kind of was hoping for a vaccine. So, yeah, we're hoping for it. We wanted to be successful and all that stuff. But the messed up thing, it was two messed up things. One, they finally gave out the first vaccine live on TV the other day.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, in New York at least. At least that's what I saw. And they gave it. Why they had to give it to a black lady first?
What you think? A black lady? Oh man. Jeez.
Why did they have to give the vaccine to a black lady first on live TV? If you're gonna give it, okay, give it. But you ain't got to put it on live TV and showcase it off to the world, man.
She turned to a chicken or anything after?
I don't know. I didn't see it live. I just saw like the highlights of it afterwards.
And then, highlights.
Yeah, because I think there was a meme that was going around said after she took that first vaccine, then they had turned into a zombie or something.
Yeah, that's what we imagine. Honestly, if that shit happened, I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be a little shaken, but it'd be like, you know what? I knew there was some shit fucked up with that vaccine.
I mean, if you think about it, bro, they got movies where this actually already happened. Planet of the Apes. That's how all this stuff happened.
I'm
that's
trying to tell you.
Apes happened, bro.
All of that shit. The same thing with I Am Legend. You know what I'm saying?
I Am Legend. Yep.
Yeah, Lee. And if you have not seen, the movies are telling the fuck what's going on in our future. We can look at it as an outrageous story. Look at Outbreak. We're living Outbreak.
Yeah.
Look at a lot of those movies that we're actually living those times right now. 2020, 2012. You know, all those shits. You know, yeah, Lee, I'm scared of the vaccine. I'm going to put it that way.
Yeah, so the other topic that came up was, is in order to get that, it's going to be kind of hard for black people to take the vaccine.
How you think they're going to get us to do that?
How do you think they're going to
How do you think? See, these people that are in charge of this are very, I can't say smart. They just understand us. And they understand they understand what we need, what we want, what it will take to get our interest in anything. You really got to talk money, pretty much. So that's been the topic of discussion. How are they going to get us to take these vaccines? Because obviously, say what you want, they want us to take these shits more than they want anybody else to take the motherfuckers. Because if some shit goes wrong, at least it'll hit us, who I'm sure have been targeted.
Well, they want us to get back to regular life. Like there's been reports back in Sydney and even in Wuhan, China, where there's been zero reports of COVID cases over the past couple of 30 days or something like that. And
with the vaccine, you saying?
No.
Oh, you mean in general, right?
In general, without vaccine. That's because they did and I had a meeting with one of my suppliers today. They're actually based out of Sydney, Australia. They was like, yeah, we thank our government for actually doing what they were supposed to do.
Forcing us to be in.
And forcing us to stay in quarantine because we back to having a regular life now.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, you said it right there. And me and Watts both live here, as he says, live in Atlanta, in the one of the two highest case, pretty much cities, or the most. New York might be the highest case.
I don't know who the highest, because I think Atlanta's not the highest because niggas ain't getting tested.
Yeah, that's facts, big facts. They don't go get tested until the cough starts kicking in and shit. But outside of that, the cities that we live in are the most disrespectful to COVID, I guess you could say. Like, motherfuckers just don't care about what's going on out there. They're going to get out in these streets.
Houston, Orlando.
Houston, land of
Miami.
Vegas. Like Drake said. Houston, land of Vegas.
Yeah,
but no.
Vegas too. Dang, I forgot about Vegas.
All of them motherfuckers. So it's like, okay, we know it's there, but if you just go on anyone's timeline in Atlanta, if you just go on any celebrity in Atlanta, they still having parties. I mean, we're going to get on that. Look at Harden, who you just spoke about. You know what I'm saying? Out here in Atlanta.
We're going to get into that
look
in the sports
at
segment.
Look at Lil Baby had the birthday party.
We're going to get into that to the sports segment, man.
But nobody had mad. I mean, it's just recklessness,
Gucci
carelessness.
Man sold out the club in
you know what
Houston.
I mean? Oh, man. But like he said, we got all this. Lose my whole fucking train of thought. It's just getting sad, y'all. So, yeah, with this vaccine shit, I'm not excited for it. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to get us to take the vaccine, but they're going to tie it to, well, not going to. One of the ideas is to tie it to the next stimulus check.
Not tie it, but offer us a stimulus or some type of compensation for taking the vaccine.
For taking it. And how they said they're going to do
How much would you take it for?
I ain't taking it, bro. You
they
can't put
gave, hey, Anwar, take this vaccine, we'll give you $1 million.
Well, then we're talking something different now.
That's what I'm saying. So, hey.
But listen to this. I ain't going to lie, bro. If you have to do that, like, just being real. If you have to say, here's $1 million, take it, I know something's wrong with it. So, therefore, no. You're not just giving a regular American $1 million to take some shit. So, maybe,
let's say, okay, we'll give you $5,000.
Nah, I can't do it. I'm so serious, bro.
$5,000.
I'm so serious. And I'm going to tell y'all this. I can use 5,000, a lot more than a lot of y'all. I wouldn't take it for 5,000.
Right.
No, I got to keep it a buck, bro.
I'll think about five.
I mean, I have my own personal reasons why I wouldn't do it. I mean, shit, you probably know them, but I couldn't do it, man.
I might think about it for $5.
I mean,
I'm gonna just make sure I put a little bit more down on my benefits.
Yeah, I'm about to say you better touch up the wheel, all that.
I'm gonna put a little bit more down on my benefits so that way if I go, I've got to leave a couple bucks for everybody else.
Man, that 5,000 ain't enough for an L, But nah. I mean, but like you said, that's one of the ways they're trying to do it, or they're considering doing it. And I heard they're trying to do, instead of doing 1,200 like they did for the last stimulus, they'll give you 15.
Well,
and that kind of like, oh, you're gonna give me more, and I'll take it.
That's two different things. So what there's two different discussions that's going on. They're still in talks of the stimulus check.
Yeah.
The vaccine check that you're talking about is the 15. So they're still debating whether they're going to do a second round of stimulus checks, and that's why the Senate and the House of Representatives, they're meeting now to kind of go back debating it. There's also been debates about, mainly because of the unemployment's about to expire.
They're going to try to stop the unemployment, so therefore they put some of that difference on the back end of the stimulus.
No.
Like the 300 difference. That's how it was explained.
What they're saying is the unemployment's about to expire, and because they haven't come to a deal on that either.
Yeah, on the 26th.
So that's another part. That's another thing that they're going through. So the unemployment is about to expire. They have to come to an agreement to extend unemployment, and then they're debating whether if they do extend the unemployment, then they're going to add an additional $300 on it with no stimulus check.
Okay.
Or they're going to do extend the unemployment as it is now and do a stimulus check. So if they extend it to extra $300 per month, we might not get a stimulus check at all.
Gotcha.
With the exception of the vaccine stimulus check. So that's kind of how they're doing it right now. It's stupid.
Yeah.
We all need it because all these other countries are getting money
on
a monthly basis, whereas we getting out here just making it, hey, here's $1,000, make it last a year.
Yeah, if you made 100,000, here's just a little $1,000.
Yeah. Oh, you made 100,000. Don't worry about it. You're not getting anything.
Bonuses at work are more than that. Like, stop playing, y'all. Y'all doing anyway. That's a whole nother emotion to be explained. But yeah, the vaccine shit, I'm not for it. Like I said a million times, and we'll just see how it pans out. They did the first trials, as you said, recently, and now they're trying to, I guess, decide who's going to be the front runners. Of course, they got the medical field who has been, in front of everybody.
All the essential workers.
Now they're trying to see if they're going to have teachers considered like first essential workers. First responders, exactly. Like my son and daughter in daycare, and their teachers have sent emails to us saying, hey, guys, they might put us on the front of the list to get these vaccines. Now they're saying things about the kids, and I'm like, I'm just waiting.
I told you the kids was coming.
I'm just waiting for them to say something about mandatory vaccines, and then my kids will be pulled out. I'm just sorry, it's that simple. But I'm just watching it play out as I'm afraid it will, and if it does continue to play out that way, then
I mean, it's going to happen.
Yeah, I know.
Eventually, it's going to happen. Like
it's happening faster than
you're
I thought.
You're going to have to make a decision.
Yeah, faster than I thought it's happening. So yeah. Anyway.
But there are also not get it twisted. There are some people that's excited about getting the vaccine. People that's excited about. I'm about to take this and I'm about to go back and live my regular life.
Yeah, that is.
So
something to think
I was
about.
curious if they're going to start having people required, like walk around with a vaccine card if you did take it, because I was just curious about because you might start seeing people once they took the vaccine not wearing their mask anymore.
Yeah.
And some cities you get a fine for it if you don't wear your mask. You pull out your card. I got my vaccine. What's up?
Yeah, an add-on to that. Okay, a vaccine is supposed to do what? Just to answer that, what does a vaccine
prevent you from catching it?
Okay, so when we get that so-called chickenpox vaccine when we're younger, but people still get chickenpox, how's that work?
You're not supposed to be able to catch it, and if you do, it's a different strand. Because I've never caught chickenpox or measles or whatever. I've never caught it. I guess I've had chickenpox vaccine when I was younger. So
that's the thing.
I've never caught it.
I've had a bad case in the 4th grade. I had a horrible case of chickenpox, and we all had the vaccine. That's what I'm questioning. Like, okay, if it's supposed to prevent you from catching it, it seems like you still do. Like flu, is a flu shot a vaccine or just a shot?
Flu shot is supposed to be a vaccine.
Yeah, but it gives you the flu.
Some people do.
No, I mean like immediately gives you like a flu like symptoms.
It's a lower case of a lower dosage of the flu. Yes.
Yeah, so that's why I really don't understand that in terms of people still get the flu well after that, and no one questions that. So why are people so excited about this vaccine? But I do understand certain population of us that would be excited, like the elderly.
I'm a mutant, so I just don't get sick. So I mean, I'm just out here living my best life.
What's the Mr. Glass, and what's the other one that doesn't get sick, doesn't nothing?
Mr. Glass is
the Samuel L. one, the black one.
Samuel L. is Mr. Glass.
Yeah, what's the other one?
Shit.
The Bruce Willis one.
Good ass fucking movie.
You know what I'm talking about, yeah.
I do too.
Yeah. Anyway, if y'all know what we talking about, y'all know what we talking about. That's simple. Vaccines for all. Go get them. I'm waiting for the Simpsons episode to come out. I'm sure they had one already. I'm telling them about vaccines.
Oh, they already had that. You know that.
Yeah.
You know they got that. Unbreakable.
Unbreakable, yeah.
Unbreakable. And then my guy Split.
Yeah, Split was the newest
Split,
make of Unbreakable.
Split
and
is more like your crazy ass. Anyways,
Lies.
let's go ahead and move on, man. We got. I guess you had one other topic that you kind of hot topic that one you want to talk about.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the fans, a lot of the listeners, they said they kind of over and they said they canceled him, but
People
that's
cancel
your boy.
quick.
So what's up?
Man, we got to talk about it. And the only reason we do, because that's my guy, like he said. My favorite rapper, the best rapper of all time. Best rapper alive, as he would call himself, and I would agree. Little Tunchi Wayne.
Matter of fact, hold on. Let's get some insight on this. We're gonna do a little phone call. Let's see if we can get somebody real quick.
Hello? Tiger? Fuck Lil Wayne. Oh, hang up. Hello? Lil Chucky? Fuck Lil Wayne. No Limit Studios.
I know this nigga probably at work, but we gonna see if we can get it happen, make it happen. But if not,
You work at night?
it is what it is. I don't know. I know that nigga's just always sleepy. He might.
He probably doing what you was just doing.
He
a minute
probably
ago,
on
playing the
Clubhouse.
game.
That's what it is. You ain't been on Clubhouse yet, have you?
Never.
Do you know what it is?
Nope.
Your call is
Yeah. All right. Well. Yeah. So Clubhouse is basically like it's a new social media platform. I'm not necessarily sold on it yet, but it's like a. You remember how back in the day we used to have a hotline?
Of course.
This is basically the new version of the hotline. It's like everybody kind of come on you could get in contact with celebrities. It's really
Like the chat,
great
you
for
mean?
networking. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good for networking purposes. Like I was in the chat
Is
with
it
Joe
video
Budden.
or is it only
It's only audio. It's
okay.
only audio. It's Joe Budden. I was in the chat with Joe Budden and shit. I know Dallas and Ronnie and shit. They've been starting to do one recently because they just got added. But it's like an exclusive app right now because it's only a certain amount of people could go on it at a time, but you have to be invited.
Mm-hmm.
And this ain't that. They've been doing a little chats and stuff where they could basically just talk, go in there and you just basically just talk whatever you fuck you want to talk about.
Wow.
But anyways, back to your topic.
Yeah.
Back to your boy.
Shout out to Clubhouse. I'm sure you'll be popping even more.
I'm not sold on it yet, but whatever.
All right, but no, as we were talking about with Lil Wayne, man, the issue behind that is he pled guilty to having a possession of an all gold 45 caliber Glock that was his. I guess they was questioned, is it yours? Yes, it's his. And if you know anything about Lil Wayne and his history, he was a convicted felon, which means if you know your law, as a convicted felon, you can no longer possess firearms. And he had one, and he pled guilty to it. So he has a court hearing coming up, I believe, January 28th. I'm supposed to go to that. Definitely lying. But now he has a court hearing coming up right at the beginning of the year. And if convicted, depending how it goes, he can face up to 10 years. And if you know anything about some of these rappers' histories, they've been getting hit pretty hard, with the exception of 6ix9ine. They've been getting hit pretty hard with these charges. So I'm hoping that my dog don't have to do no real time, but the last go around, he had to do 11 months. Same thing with T.I. had to do 11 months. And again, being this is like a repeat offense, I guess you could say, me as a fan, I'm afraid it could go bad for him. You know what I mean? But if you could do up to 10 years.
As a friend?
Fan, I said.
Yeah,
Fool. Idiot. Anyway, again, he could do up to 10 years. We'll see how that goes. I mean, just for the sake of, being a black man, I pray that he doesn't have to do any of that time. Maybe they'll find something else,
So the rumor is that's the reason why he's been kind of hanging out with Trump, so he can try to get that pardon.
Shit, man. If you don't know anything about Trump, know one thing. That man don't got your back.
I mean, he's been giving out pardons like it ain't nothing.
Oh, well, I haven't heard any of that.
What you mean? They had the whole thing with him and Kim Kardashian going out and giving out pardons to get free felons and stuff.
I was going to say something real inappropriate.
Nah, say it, nigga. We live.
What was Kim giving Trump? Not just playing. But anyway, that's Kanye. Kanye did that for them.
Kanye ain't do that. Kanye ain't do that. Kanye didn't even know about it. It was all Kim.
Now, I've heard about that story too, but yeah, back to that. Hopefully Wayne don't got to do that time, but I mean, he did do the crime, so we shall see how that plays out.
I don't know, bro. And they said that he sold his masters and all that stuff too, bro. It look like he about to give it up.
Damn, sold his masters.
Yeah.
To who?
Hey, he just got the business baby, right?
Yeah, Lee. You went through all of that. How many years out from making music to get your masters and shit? Then you fuck around. I don't know. I have to look into that more. All I know is about
That's
the
why I was
legal
trying
case.
to call out source, but hey, whatever. It is what it is, man.
Well, for the sake of him being, one of the greatest, I mean, say what you want about not liking him or his music, but I'm sure you enjoyed some of Lil Wayne's music, and you just would hope not to see another man in jail for something like that. I mean, we all own firearms. I understand he's a convicted felon, but I'm pretty sure our listeners, every one of them, women and male, have or do own guns. So.
He reportedly sold his masters for $100 million.
man,
That's kind of cheap if you ask
very
me.
cheap. Yeah, very cheap.
Anyways, man.
Yeah. To each his own.
So, yeah, man. So, while we're on it, before we get into some topics, I guess if you want to kind of revisit, you want to get into music first, or you want to get ahead and revisit, what we was talking about last week.
Sure. Let's get into music.
Let's get into music.
Let's
What
get
you got
right
for
to
music,
it.
man?
Speaking of Lil Wayne, no, I'm just playing. We already spoke about Lil Wayne dropping the No Ceilings 3. That was about a few weeks ago. I haven't heard anything new about it. Like to see if it, anyone else did it get any bigger. And the answer to that is no. So I guess overall the people didn't react well to No Ceilings 3.
Yeah.
So that's the verdict on that. As far as anyone else, I'm trying to think. Do I have anybody? Oh yeah, Busta dropped that album. That whole
Bro, you a fucking trash.
he did.
I told you that about the shit. Stupid.
I know, but I'm saying he had. That's the only thing I could think of that was, I guess,
I
as
know.
new.
We talked about that like 3 episodes.
One episode, fool.
Anyways, man, you trash.
Well, I finally gave it a good run.
What was your thoughts about it?
At first, I was like, okay, but then it was too much for me.
But I mean, that's Busta's style.
Yeah,
though.
it is.
That's
It
how
is.
Busta is. Don't get it twisted. It was great music.
Yeah.
It's great flow.
Oh
for
yeah,
Busta.
yeah,
It's
definitely.
dope.
Beats were straight. It felt real New York. You know what I'm saying? And it felt real Busta. Which I mean, why am I not expecting anything else? I like some of the messages and some of the music because Busta's always been a God talking type of person. So he has some real shit to say. But Extinction Level Event 2. Overall was an for me. But I'm not the biggest Buster album fan. You know what I mean? I'm a fan of him and I'm a fan of his features and shit.
Let's see if we got
After this?
this.
We have a call.
Hello, is this Dallas Harris?
Watts, man, what's happening?
This is Watts and Anwar Williams calling from the Locker Room Banter podcast show.
You are live, sir. How are you today?
Man, y'all for real out there?
Dead ass. Dead ass.
Nah, man,
Y'all on some FM radio type shit now.
Hey man.
we trying to make sure we get this thing popping, man, bro. But we wanted to get your insight on something because I know you're the insight man on this. The topic that we just kind of wrapped up a little bit was about your boy, Anwar's boy. You want to go ahead and bring it up to him?
Oh yeah. So one of the topics we discussed was Mr. Greatest Rapper Alive, Lil Tucci Wayne, and his whole incident.
So I kind of wanted to give your insight because you had a little bit more details behind why you thought he was doing some things. So I just wanted to get your insight on that.
Oh, talking about Weezy?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Trump is horrible. But when Kanye or when Kim, when they kiss his ass and tell him, hey, can you release this person, that was wrongfully accused, he do it. So what I'm assuming Wayne was doing, he knew he was gonna get them charges, and he knew he was facing jail time. So he was trying to ride on Trump coattail to see if he can get reelected because he know Trump gonna get him off. Now the sad thing about that is we got who we wanted in the White House, but nobody gives a damn about him. So he's gonna do some time. So I was also thinking about damn, is it wrong to think about yourself? You know what I'm saying? Because we can all say, hey, well, you stupid for having them guns. And it might be some things we don't know. Maybe he needed protection, or maybe he don't have. I don't know if his blood's still with him or whatever he paying for up there. So you don't know what these guys are up to or why not they need guns. I know why I need guns. I know why Anwar needs guns. I know why Watts we need guns. So I mean these things you just don't know. But looking on the outside end, we're looking at him like he's crazy. He done lost his mind. I'm like, he about to lose his freedom. So, 10 years.
What was your thoughts about the Masters?
That he was just trying to get some money, stashed away, put up for whatever reason. Maybe it's for his fiance. Like, hey, take this. Maybe do what Gucci lady did when he was locked up. Like, hey, take this, invested in this, flip it. Then when I get out, we should have more. Or
ain't his fiance white though? She ain't flipping shit.
Tie or some shit, right?
I don't know. I'm just throwing scenarios out there, man. I don't know why he was so quick to sell his masters. So
do you think 100 mil? Do you think 100 mil was low for his masters?
Yeah, that's hella low.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that I'm assuming he didn't sell like all of them, like all of his masters, like 100 mil. Like that's very low.
Well,
And
how
he
much did he
sold them to
own?
Universal, and Cash Money, Cash Money was on Universal, so and Young Money was on Cash Money, so like
Yeah.
he's selling it to the people who owned them. The first. It's I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
bro. It's weird.
Giving
Yeah.
his freedom right
It's
back.
weird.
But
Yeah.
you got to ask how much of his masters did he actually own? Again, you know what I mean. So yeah, you're right. We don't know the levels. When people say you own your masters, how much of it? You know what I mean. Only person owned all their masters was like Michael Jackson and Prince. But look at the shit they had to go to get that. And that's how they
Yeah,
became so
death,
fucking
nigga,
rich.
shit.
Yeah, like for real, Dodge and death, all kind of shit. But yeah,
Yeah, man. And Taylor Swift don't even own her mask.
yeah.
Anyways, hey, I got two topics I want you to hit real quick for me, Dallas.
Go ahead.
First one, give Anwar a brief rundown of what Clubhouse is, your perspective of what it is.
Clubhouse is, of course, it's a social gathering, but these big names in the culture because I think the app. I don't think somebody black invented that app. I think
Nah,
somebody white
it's some white
invented
boys.
it.
It's a group of
Yeah,
white people.
but what I'm seeing is black people are making it popular. Like
Sounds right on.
especially like artists, like music artists. You can go in their rooms and sometimes they'll have a option available for you, like if quote unquote raise your hand and they can pull you up. They can pull you up to where everybody's chatting and you can be chatting with a Diddy or the Game or these producers and all the stuff like that. And it's just, I mean, it's like the chat line, but like for adults. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That's just what it sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's dope. Like I said, it's dope because it's good for network purposes. I'm not sold on it yet because I'm in meetings all day and all it sounds like is like another meeting to me. But it gives you opportunities to reach out and connect if you want to, and you can do it if you're in the entertainment industry, real estate industry. If you just want to network with people that's other teachers or whatever you want to make it, you can make it that like them Dallas and Ronnie. They've been using it for This Ain't That to kind of network with people of Orlando. So. I mean, yeah. I know your ass. I would invite you to join it, but I know your ass ain't gonna use the shit, so I ain't even gonna waste my invite.
If we talking about the podcast, sure.
You ain't gonna be on the shit.
If we talking about that, sure.
You ain't gonna be on that shit. But anyway,
yeah. If y'all two get on, and if y'all just start like y'all name y'all room like something that's like intriguing, and then just start having a conversation, but people will come in there.
Yeah. But Anwar won't be on there. Anyways, dog. I don't want to hold you up for too long, man. We kind of wrapping up the music segment of the show, man. You got any new music that you want to give a shout out for right now?
New music. Kid Cudi album. That's a vibe. It's like a lot of trip music, like a lot of drug music. It's dope though. I don't do shrooms or nothing like that, but like the vibes they be on. That
is it better than the last one?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one, I like Cudi's vibe, man. He be tripping, man. He be right. Speaking of trip, Juicy J, he got an album out. That's nice, and that's all I'm rocking with. One time for Royce for getting that Grammy nod. One time for Freddie Gibbs getting that Grammy nod. I want Royce to win though. Other than that, man, Two Chainz, of course. I love that. I'm gonna use that for the cabin when I make my little videos.
Oh shit! Y'all got y'all cabin trip coming up. Y'all canceled it this year.
Now they going.
Yeah.
Well, y'all going, aren't y'all?
Yeah, we going.
Yeah, they're
going. You gonna put me on and then sit out?
Well, that's off air conversation.
All right, man. Well, I don't want to hold you up for too long, Dally Down, man. I appreciate you for giving us a call back, bro. But you the expert on that stuff, so I wanted to make sure to get your take on that. I
try to be, man. I appreciate y'all boys, man. Y'all be easy.
Yes, sir. Right, y'all can hit my dog up at Old Dally Down on Instagram.
Old Dally Down. I'm baptized.
All right, bro. Holla at you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's really the only music that I was about to give a shout out to was Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon 3. Yep, Man on the Moon 3. Also, as well, Jack Harlow dropped the album. I haven't listened to it, and you know who Jack Harlow is?
Yeah.
Oh, you actually know who somebody is?
Ain't that Lemonade?
No, that's What's Poppin', nigga.
Oh yeah, that song. Yeah, man, I like the song though.
Yeah.
Go.
But there's another new white boy coming out on the scene, popping. He has his album called "That's What They All Say." I haven't listened to the album yet, but he usually has some good music from the songs I've listened to so far. So I'll give it a spin or two.
There it is. Well, there is some music, man. That's another thing. This quarantine's fucking up a lot of this music now.
Yeah, man, I'm actually surprised. Like I said, the end of the year, I kind of thought we would get a Kendrick Lamar project and all that stuff, but unfortunately, that fell through. However, first quarter, we getting Drake.
Drizzy Drake, January.
I don't know, 15th or something like that.
I don't remember. Again, I was so sold on thinking it was gonna be an OVO October, but it didn't happen. So we got the single in October, but I guess the whole album is January. I don't have the date. Does he even have one?
I don't think he has a date. You just said January 2021.
Yeah, you know how that go nowadays.
So, yeah, I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. So, yeah, shout out to the boy Drizzy.
Shit, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, say what you want, but Drizzy, hey, he's RJ. You know what I mean?
He is RJ. So we had a lot of good feedback, like we said earlier today from last week's episode, man. We had some topics and stuff that we kind of probably going to elaborate a little bit more on it, but let's go ahead and get into the feedback that we kind of got from some of our viewers, some of our listeners and viewers, because I forgot we on YouTube too.
That part.
Our topic last week was why do men chase women that they don't want? One of the questions that I got in particular, was, let's see, I'm not going to put your name out there, but the question was, as a follow-up, could I ask if people realize or acknowledge the impact of the other persons when they do things like that, when they chase after somebody that they don't want?
Gotcha. All right. I could take that one. So like you said, the question, great question, whoever that is, as a follow-up, could ask if the people realize or acknowledge the impact. Yeah, so what that means is more or less, can you do you put yourself in their shoes? Do you realize how much you may have hurt people when you I guess go like the topic says, chase a woman and you don't actually want them. So you're doing all this chasing as a man. We do all this chasing to get somebody that we know we don't have like full forever intentions with, and we don't realize what we put them through in return. All we're thinking about is the chase, what we get out of it once we catch you, I guess you could say, that part. And after that, if we don't want to take it the full length,
how does that person feel?
How does that person feel? And it's, oh my goodness, I mean,
that's a good ass question.
It's a great question, because I don't know if women think about that, but we do. I mean, I do, at least. I mean, when I used to have my chase back in the day, knowing it wasn't to chase and get all the way through. When I say all the way through, I mean, like, okay, I'm not chasing you down.
I'm not chasing you to be in a relationship.
Yeah,
we're not chasing to be together. We just chasing you for the moment to have you and do what we need to do.
Yeah, I mean, you could say on the
fulfill
physical,
our ego.
all of that. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the physical or whether it's just to have you back in your presence, to have your attention again.
Yep.
And we don't realize what we put y'all through, because y'all do so much work to block us, to run. You exert a lot of energy on that. And then when you finally say, okay, he's doing all this chasing, that must mean he really, 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 really wants.
I'm gonna give him a chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a chance.
Since he's doing all this.
We grab it and we do the same shit we did the first time. Fumble the shit out of it, let it go, or just dismiss it again. The question is, yes, I would like to say we do think about that, but sometimes our selfishness weighs more than that thought, if that makes sense. So whatever we wanted out of it, we feel like is more important, or it's just more relevant than what you go through by submissing, or I guess you can say. That's my response, because I know I've been in that situation before, and I've actually thought about it like, okay, well, I know I don't want this, that, and the third, but I damn sure don't want it to be over, so I'm going to keep just pressing. Sometimes we chase so hard, and you hit the brakes, and we rear end you. We're like, oh, we're at that stun moment, like, oh, shit, we caught you, damn, okay. Yeah, I almost didn't expect it, because we were just having so much fun with the chase that when we caught you abruptly, it's almost like, okay, what do I do now? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to give you a visual. Then at that point, we don't do what we're supposed to do with it. We probably fuck it up again, or you get away again. You know what I mean? I'll let you expand on that.
Damn. How you gonna let me expand on?
Because I want you to.
But that's your point. You just gave your point.
Well, I want you to give me your point on that.
Whatever, man. So I guess I could take from what the point was that you made to the point where sometimes you're chasing after the person, you chase after the person, they hit the brakes and be like, all right, then what's up? And then you like, oh shit, I actually have a chance now. And I'm just speaking for myself. Usually when that occurs, when a situation like that occurs, it's always a timing thing that kind of mess it up or kind of throw it off.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because one, I'm chasing after you probably because, I wanted you at one point in time. Yeah, I wanted you, but okay, you was curving me. So I started talking to somebody else, but I'm still chasing after you because, I wanted you. And maybe me and this person is getting more serious. And then all of a sudden you have an interest back into me. Now I'm like, but I wanted her for so long. So it's kind of like I'm playing, two fields, and I'm like, I'm not sure exactly what I want to do, and that's usually kind of the case sometimes. And you could kind of speak to it, where you kind of fumble both individuals because you giving one person the attention that they want, and the other person not getting their attention, or vice versa, and that's kind of where it comes tricky. And I think that's also where we're in this cesspool of just hurting people, and that's kind of where what occurs from that, because you gave a person an opportunity, and then that person didn't follow through with what you thought was going to happen, and just adds damage onto you, which is everyone's carries their own baggage, but you see how that weighs over to the next person and to the next person. So that baggage that I may have caused on that individual is being carried over to the next person that they are, where they have trust issues with that person, and then so forth and so forth, which is all comes back down to that big cesspool of hurting people, and damage people, and trust issues issues on top of trust issues, which is this trash ass single world that I live in right now.
Sounds painful, sir.
It's trash. Painful. It sucks, but it's trash, bro. It's trash, but it's trash.
Yeah. So to that question, you hope.
At least that's my perspective.
Yeah. I mean, that's all we can give you is a perspective. I mean, we can't speak for all men. I mean, I don't think you speak for all, and I don't try to speak for all. We speak from our experiences and why we may have done it in our time, and that's really all we can give you on that. So, sweetie, whatever happened, I mean,
no, she was saying the reason she asked this question specifically because she thought the person who asked the initial question of why men chase women that they don't want was coming from a place of hurt. Yeah, she was curious out of a place of not hurt, just out of curiosity. So, what's the impact on when they do that? How do y'all ever think about that? And honestly, I don't think about it until now. That was probably one of the first times thinking about it. Yeah. You said you do, but
I have.
I think you're lying, but whatever.
No, you do because I mean, this is just gonna keep it a buck. I mean, it might not be what people want to hear, but when that's your intention, and you're good at the chase, and you're good at chasing, you think about that because you need to know what you can use to get there. You know what I mean? You use a lot of cheat codes to get to that.
So you're saying you're good at the chase is what you're saying.
I used to be good at the chase, yeah. Speaking past tense, yeah. I mean, honestly, shit, you know the story. I mean, I'll even give y'all a glimpse of the past. When I first moved to Atlanta, I know, right? Way back. When I first moved to Atlanta, I left my now wife, but she was just someone I was, dating in Tallahassee. She ended up moving here to Atlanta not too long after I did on her own missions. And we had a lot of turmoil in our relationship. I mean, and I keep saying you can ask Watts because I literally was sleeping in his guest room, as a roommate while going through this trying time. And he knows how much I chased this woman, but he also knows how much I was doing on the outside of it. Like he just blatantly said, like, hey, sometimes you're chasing because that's what you want, but you're also still being selfish on this end. In other words, the infamous "have your cake and eat it too" phrase.
Yeah, because at the same time, I'm chasing, but I don't know if I'm gonna catch you. So
yeah, I don't know. So I mean, I'm just chasing because it's in my nature, and because I know I don't want you completely gone. But I almost don't expect you to stop and I expect you to keep making me chase because I also want you to see and believe or even think that I'm that I want more. You know what I mean? Yeah. And in this case, I did. Obviously, this person is now my wife, mother of two of my kids. And yes, that's what the goal was. But, for some people that do that, they'll do that same thing with no intention on going the full length with this person. You know what I mean? And I understand. I mean, you do have to think about what they'll think about. And I did think about that. She'd be hurt if I put her through all this chase just to fuck her life up again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's a maturity thing. Like we said last podcast, where, once we grow up older and once we get wiser, you think about those decisions. Because I'll use my ex in particular as well. There was a point in time where I was chasing after her, and I didn't think I would be able to be with her, and I was talking to somebody else. But then when she hit the brakes and wanted to give me a shot, I had to make that decision. Do I want to continue to play with both fields, or do I want to go ahead and be with her? I chose to go and be with her and focus on her. And that person I was talking to at that time, she was hurt, she was upset and all that stuff, and kind of felt some type of way or whatsoever. And she kind of has established those trust issues. Yeah.
So you're scoring that one. Yeah. So that one could be hurt now through a cycle that you went through.
Exactly. So, I mean, and that's kind of like you said, a maturity thing, Yeah. But it all depends on whether you're mature enough to make that decision or not. And that's kind of the hard part, because there are niggas out here that's out here chasing both. Oh, I got my wife over here. Don't worry, but I want your ass.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna still chase after your ass and be on your ass. And even when you give me the opportunity, I'm gonna juggle both in between.
Mm-hmm.
I can't juggle nobody. Either we gonna be together or we gonna all be together.
Shit, I hear you, Will.
Let me stop.
Damn fool. But yeah, listener, I hope that answered. Those are two different perspectives on it. Mine was from a place of chasing and with intent to want, and I did do what I was supposed to do with it in a lot of time. It wasn't happen over fucking night.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that answers that.
All right, so we got a couple topics. You want to pick the next topic that you want to get into?
Yeah, I want to go into I want to do the Giggle Monsters.
Which one? Go ahead.
No, well, Giggle had that one. Guys like it. So the topic is, do guys like when women ask them out and make the first move in terms of sex?
Well, she said she didn't say in terms of sex. She said in general first, then in terms of sex that later.
I thought it was the other way around. She
said in general first.
Okay, well,
I mean, she wrote sex in her thing, but she meant in general.
Okay, so again, do guys like when women ask them out and make the first move in general?
I would love for a woman to tell me what she wants.
Say less. That's the easiest way to sum it the fuck up. You know what I mean?
I would love for a woman to tell me what she wants, like straight up. And I'll keep it a buck with you. If I had a couple people, that hit me in my DMs over the quarantine and stuff, that hit me, it was like, hey, I want to take you out on a date. I want to do this and that, and I had to be real with them. And again, this is the impact of maturity thing. I had to be real on them. Like, hey, I fucked with you, the vibe, you cool, you cool person, but I just don't see you in that aspect, so I don't know if a date's gonna happen. Yeah. So I just had to keep it a buck with them.
I feel you.
But yeah, I would love for a woman to tell me straight up, if hey, girl, hey, I want you for real.
And honestly,
come here, babe.
I mean, if there's any dude out there that says they don't like it, or if someone hits on them and they be like, "Oh, get out my DM," they're lying. At the end of the day, every man, well, damn, you're right. I can't speak for every man. Me, I respect the hell out of it when a woman comes to me, whether she's attractive or not. If she comes to me, first and foremost, I'll always give her props on her, straightforwardness. Hey, man, hey, I appreciate that. That was a turn on that you even, came up, period. You know what I mean? It takes a lot for a woman to approach a man, and that's a lot of respect and, whatever. And in the past, if I ever wanted to go any further with it, I'll say, with that being said, you made the first move. I remember a situation in general. I'll even break it down to you. I was working in Traffic Shoes. Remember Traffic in Tallahassee, in Governor Square Mall? Mm-hmm. I was working there 2000.
But Dante was slapping little kids walking through the mall.
Damn fool.
That nigga a child abuser. That nigga's a child abuser.
Where the hell that come from? But I do remember that was Halloween, and Dante was slapping kids that was coming in our store. Anyway, that's a whole other topic. Dante, you're a jerk.
You're going to jail.
But no, I used to work at a woman's shoe store, and I used to be the store manager. So
Traffic wasn't technically a woman's shoe store.
It was. It's a women's shoe store. Goodman Dominguez is a women's shoe store.
I thought it had men's shoes too, though.
No, we did. It's a small little corner that had men's shoes. But
it wasn't technically just a woman's store.
But it was known for
not like
being
how
you
working when you was working at Victoria's Secret.
Shit, no. If I did, my count would be more than the 5 girls I had in college.
Whatever, queer.
Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, I was saying I was working there, so I'm only giving you guys that example to let you know. Okay, women came in and out of there. I had one woman in particular. She came up and she was like, can I talk to you? She asked me to step outside the store. I stepped outside the store, and she's like, I walked by here a few times. I've been by here, last few weeks or so, and I'm sorry, but I every time I stop in, I stop and look at you. You're so attractive, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And she asked if she can, if we can link up. The girl actually was attractive, fortunately. So I did give her my information, and I told her, I said, you know what? I think that was dope as hell how you came at me. That was real. That was, straight up. You didn't play the whole he need to come get me, none of that. And I said, the ball's now on my court. Those were my words. I said, well, shit, you made the first move. The ball's on my court now. And from there, I took over. You know what I mean? But I thought it was extremely attractive for her to do that because some women play so tough to the whole, it's a man's job to do such and such.
And I hate that because they always be the ones that come back later on, like probably when you marry now, you gotta have somebody and
then he sliding at you.
Dang, I should have got that.
I thought you were so this in college.
I used to have this, and that. Bitch, shut up.
I mean, I had this conversation with somebody. I hate y'all type women. And I'll even be honest.
But I mean, y'all say the same thing about us when us niggas do it too. It's like, dang, that should have been my baby. And when niggas say that, y'all ain't doing the same thing.
I can't lie, I've never used that one.
I've never used it, but you know niggas have.
I'm sure this dude that should have been my baby. Man,
that should have been my baby.
It's some disrespectful men out there and some disrespectful women out there.
I've seen the memes. I've seen y'all talking about these dudes, and like
I'm gonna tell you this. I mean, shit, fuck that. We on the podcast. I had somebody be so disrespectful to my pictures that I had a picture of me walking to have my son. He was on my neck at a theme park. You know, I had him up on my neck.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody literally DM'd me and was like, that need to be me with my legs around your neck like that. I'm like, this is a whole picture of me and my son. How do you take that and turn it into some that need to be you? I mean, anyway, disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of funny, but it's still disrespectful. It's a whole family picture. But there's no filter on some of these women, and I'm sure there are guys on the flipping and do similar things. But yeah, back to that. I thought it was dope how she approached me, and I commend any woman that does that. So to answer your question, do guys like it? I like it.
I like it.
And he likes it. So that's two guys right there.
So, and I'm a man's man.
Yeah.
Nah, so to the point. All right, then. What was the other half of the question?
Okay, making the first move. And do we like it when they ask them out and then when they make the first move?
Okay, so let's go back to you stated your interest that you want to vibe with me, you want to click with me, you want to link with me. I respect that and I appreciate that. As far as making the first move, I'm kind of indifferent about this part, whether you setting up the first date or something like that. Which as once you tell me that you're interested in me, I should go ahead. All right, well, bet we gonna set up with drinks. Well, pre-COVID, post-COVID, I'm gonna set up the drinks and we're gonna set up dinner. What's up? And we're gonna do that. I could take it from there. And or you could do it either way. Do you feel any type of way if a woman set up the date first? Hey, I want to link up with you or whatever. Let's go out. Let me set up the date first.
I was gonna respond to the second part, the sex part, with the first.
Well, we're not worried about the sex part.
Because that's the only experience I have in that.
We're not worried about the sex part. We're talking about
in general. Again, but I told
setting up the date.
I wouldn't have a problem with it.
You wouldn't have a problem.
No.
With it. Okay.
Now I would definitely, if it's something I wasn't into, I would express I don't do bungee jumping.
I'm talking about the very first date.
Yeah. I would let them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm indifferent about it. I don't think I feel some type of way about it, but I think that I would like to set it up first after you show me your interests. After you told me that you was interested, just so I could feel like I'm a man or whatever. A man's supposed to lead a woman. This and maybe that's some toxic shit, but whatever. But to your point about the sets. Okay. Should the woman take charge of the sets first?
Okay, it still
should the woman take it first?
Okay, now I'm gonna answer to it. It still is a turn on with the attempt, but there's something in me that doesn't let that happen. I always still have to say, okay, this is where I take over.
Now listen,
this is me right now. This is my turn.
Go ahead.
That's all I said. No, I'm just saying that's my response to them. This is when I take over. Like, you've been aggressive enough, and it's been a turn on, and it's dope that you know what you want. Mm-hmm. But this is where we take it from here. I take it from here.
I guess. So to answer your question, I think that you kind of alluding to the fact that you could give me the hints. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You could give me the hints. I just need to go ahead and initiate it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I met with you. Mm-hmm. However, if we're already together, baby, come take this dick.
Oh yeah. Can I, man?
If me and you already been vibing, we already been out, we already hanging, and you want it, come here, babe.
That's
come here, babe.
Perfectly put. Honestly,
come here, babe.
With that, yes, we like when they do that. I love when somebody does that. It shouldn't always be me tapping you, trying to tug at your panties and all that shit, and you just sleep mode, lift your legs up, and I do all that. So it shouldn't be all of that. I don't care if I'm asleep or something like that. Now I ain't gonna lie, I've had damn, I shouldn't be giving too much information. But anyway, I've been waking up with sex. I mean, everybody has, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers but I've been waking up and scared. Like, what the fuck? Just like abruptly waking up. And that shit kind of turned me off because I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sleep.
I don't think I ever been scared.
But it was because I was in a deep sleep and it was an aggressive wake up. It wasn't the typical okay.
Lift up, get your panties taken off.
Shut your ass down.
That's your ass.
This nigga here. That's why I said I have to take from here, because when women think they taking over in sex, they'll get to that point. They'll try all that crazy shit. We're not doing that. You're not taking my underwear off and balling them up like some fucking panties and throwing them bitches on the ceiling pad. You ain't doing that shit. So I have to take over. But I mean, I don't mind sitting there. Okay, say we're Netflix and chilling, and this wasn't my lady, and we were hanging out. Okay, and you decide, okay, I'm done with the Netflix and chilling. You tug at it, and you ready to, take me to Mop Town. You know what I'm saying? Then, yeah, have at it. That's cool. But, I mean, initiating full-out sex, I don't know. It's something about when I get turned on, the aggression that I have when I'm ready to do my thing. Okay.
No, I'm saying you're saying in general. That's what it sounds like you're saying. I'm saying, like, if we've already been together a couple times and we've established a relationship / situation.
Yeah, then like you said, whenever you want, you do that.
Yeah, but you saying right now, you're saying if it's the first date and then she kind of was like she done with Netflix, and she want to reach over, then she could go ahead and do it.
She can
That's
go
what
ahead
you're
and do that,
saying.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, I hope that answers that question. Yes, he said he likes it. I said I like it overall, and I don't think there's many men that wouldn't appreciate a woman that takes over when it comes to asking them out or making the first move.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You got another one you want to go with?
Yeah. This is speaking of quarantining ish, kinda. I had a question that was asked. Is the quarantine shit we going through, pandemic rather, is it fucking up this year's cuddle season or is it helping it?
For a nigga that's single, let's put it in that perspective.
Yeah,
for a
this is
nigga
really
that's
good.
single, yes, it is because I'm
Which
not
one?
out. What was the question again?
Is it helping it or hurting it?
It's hurting it.
Oh,
it's hurting
okay.
it because I'm not out and I'm not meeting people and I'm just not out in general at all. And I don't have a roster, despite what Anwar says.
Lies, motherfucker.
I just kind of be
See,
in my
nigga,
own space.
His nose just grew 2 inches. By the way, go ahead.
Wait, what?
Pinocchio ass nigga.
Let's keep it let's keep it a buck. So I did download this dating app to kind of try to meet new people, kind of have a conversation with some people, and I haven't met up with anybody yet. But I'm still too old school for these apps, and I think I may have talked about this previously in another episode, but these dating apps are just weird. I need to meet people and feel the vibes, feel the energy, and I can't do that right now with COVID and everything like that. So for me, it's really a solo session all day, every day.
I feel you. I mean, at this age, we're at that age where we're a certain age of where we appreciate a good chemistry thing.
Yeah.
Like I tell people that you still ask me for tips because mind you, I still get people that ask me questions about confidence. That's always been a question that a lot of my friends ask me about. Where did I get confidence like such an early age? And quickly to answer that, I created it on my own. Leaving Florida or leaving Orlando, go to Tallahassee. You could be whoever you fuck you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And then women gave me the confidence when they kind of just flocked in a sense or have been available. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm able to give them help with that kind of question. Boy, I be losing my whole train of fucking thought on that one.
Because you're thinking about your whore days again.
I start thinking about the set. I start thinking about Patty Foot.
Terrible.
Golly. Shout out to Tallahassee. FAMU. Hi to 7 Hills. Anyway,
Whore.
What the fuck were we even on that one?
You're supposed to be talking about cuddle season, and this is affecting you. Married, so it's not affecting you at all.
No, it's not. So with the answer that he gave his thing, it's not. It's affecting him badly, and I get it. And I just have to try to imagine if I was single. And with everything going on, I would be worried. You know what I mean? We've heard stories of people that had, think that everything's okay, and then next thing you know, they turn out with this shit. You know
It'd be different if I was like one of these other Atlanta niggas, because all these other Atlanta niggas, they don't care. They out here. They out in these streets. They meeting people every day, and they at the bars and all that stuff. So it may be different if I had that mentality, but I'm not. That's just not me.
I got you.
For me, yes. But for all these other folks, they out here like they living their best life.
You're right. And it's always one of those situations where everything's okay until.
And we got a homeboy that's been sending us pictures of a new chick every other day.
Oh, man. We not going to do my dog. But yeah.
Nah, man. Hey, we on the podcast. We ain't disclosing no names. He's a listener. He's going to send us a text about this.
Yeah. Same motherfucker that gave me hell about going to get a haircut before. When the barbershops first opened back up, I was doing the first 2 weeks of people getting a haircut. And I got, scolded by a good friend of mine about it. Now this motherfucker, hey, I ain't seen a mask in his in his presence in I don't know how long. But anyway, yeah, it doesn't affect me obviously because it actually helps me. Helps me save money because I'm not out in barring or clubbing or nothing that I may have done on weekends. It helps me because I get to stay focused on my family and you start caring more and thinking more. And it helped me also because just to give y'all insight, it got very close to home. My sister actually caught it, down in when she was in New York, she caught it. So it got scary. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, this is real. It's always like, okay, I see people catch it, I hear people catch it. But when it hits close to home, then you realize how real that shit is. And then you say, okay, I have to be more careful about how I carry myself. And that's still been the case. Like Watts has, done a very good job this year of really staying low. I've been doing not as good as him, but I know I've been doing a good job. But I do work out in the fucking front line of this shit, so therefore I'm exposed damn near every day. but I do have young kids that I have to think about. So
I hate to take us off topic, but you've been off topic all damn day.
What?
I got another question for you. Is it still rape if a girl tries to get some from her man in his sleep?
You said she tries to get some from her man, or she does get
Tries to get some from her man. Is it still rape?
Rape is rape. If he doesn't consent, it's fucking rape.
So if Monique's trying to get some from you while you sleep, is it rape?
If she tries to get some, if I don't want it, it's rape.
I'm asking you. That's what I'm asking.
If I don't want it, it's rape.
All right. I just want to. I'm answering the question. That's just asking the question.
It's rape. But I mean, I also feel like in marriage isn't. Trying to think of how does that work, because people always ask that. Well, if that's your wife, is it considered rape? Yes, it's still fucking rape. It's rape. Rape is rape. If you don't want the shit, I mean, you seen the new Kevin Hart episode thing yet?
Man, that shit was trash.
Did you see it though?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, so how she was waking him up after they had a scheduled date for sex, and she was like, "I want some more of that dick. I want give me some of that eighth dick." Like, hey, if this ain't the night, it ain't the night. It's still fucking rape. So that's the answer to that. Yes.
All right, Monique, you can't get none. Sorry.
Yeah, you heard.
Nah. So that's it for that one. So what we said for single niggas like me, yes. For single niggas in the streets, no. For married niggas, no.
No, it doesn't do anything for us. Quarantine is, I mean,
it's making these cheating ass married niggas stay faithful.
Yeah, that's something that's funny too. That's funny as fuck too. That because, damn, I mean, there was some memes going around,
and some of them getting divorced too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was some memes on there talking about men that aren't happy right now because of the quarantine, because they actually have to spend time with their wife and their family and shit. It's funny. My wife joked today, literally today. I was like, her gown came in. We're going to a party this weekend. Her gown came in and she tried it on. She was feeling all pretty. You know how y'all girls get when y'all start trying on y'all shit. And I tried my suit on. Okay, I'm all right. I'm doing my thing. And anyway, I was like, hey, it's a couple hours before we go get the kids from daycare. When rolled me to the mall real quick, she was like, yeah, actually, I like hanging out with you. Come on. Like I'm just some dude or something. I like hanging out with you. Come on. I said, duh, motherfucker, I'm cool as fuck. Of course you like hanging out with me. But it's just like funny that we joke like that, but it just says that we don't really get to hang out like we like to. But quarantine is forcing us to be around each other and to do what we're supposed to fucking do in a marriage, which is exist together. You know what I mean? Not just come home and take care of a chore and then that person gets a break and, we pass the chore to that person. No.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap up with one more question. Let me see if I can I want to actually get this person to answer the question.
Oh shit!
So hold on, let's see if they're gonna answer though.
No Limit Studios.
I know she ain't gonna answer.
Ooh. No, not that many rings.
I knew she was gonna do that. All right, so you want to ask the last question? You want me to go ahead and ask the last question?
Yeah, go ahead and ask it.
I can't even answer that last question because we need somebody else to answer that question for us. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, we'll ask this one then. Okay. Do men still care about women making more money than them? And is that an old school mindset of men?
Okay. You want me to answer it?
Yeah.
All right. So, like you said, the question, do men still care about women making more money than them, or is that an old school mindset of men? Speaking for self, all we can do is speak for ourselves. I don't care. I actually, love the fact that at one point my wife actually made a lot more money than me for years. I have no problem with my woman making more than me, as long as you don't treat me like you make more than me. Now that's where it gets crazy at, because that can happen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nah.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, as long as you don't treat me like you make more, because that's a mindset people can get into as well, where they know they're the breadwinner and they start talking crazy in the relationship. Most of the time it's the men, but sometimes it could be the woman, and that shit right there is where we draw the line at.
Nah, I agree with you like that. As long as you're not getting disrespectful, like, here, you little broke ass.
Yeah,
nigga.
all of that.
Nigga, give me my PS5 back.
Yeah, all of that shit. Here's some money.
I definitely agree with you on that. Like, I think especially now. And I know a lot of people say black women have it hard, but I think there's a lot of opportunity for black women nowadays to excel in their careers, and there are also a lot more black more black women as entrepreneurs that are making a lot more money nowadays, especially, unfortunately, hate to use this example, people with OnlyFans and stuff like that.
Shit, yeah.
But they're also using, out here selling T-shirts and clothing and all this stuff, a lot of real estate and all that, and they're doing a lot more in their entrepreneurship than black men are, and which, they in return could possibly get them the breadwinner of the household, as long as you're not being disrespectful and flaunting it in my face and shit like that. Do you, babe? I'm gonna be here to support you.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
need to go get you some clients. You need me to go help you help you do whatever you got to do in order to get this thing popping. I'm here to support you. You know what I mean? So yeah.
There it is. Well, that's that answer right there. I mean, again, I think that's just an old school mindset. But some men they really can't take that. I'm trying to think of why. I guess it's just another control thing that some men have issues with. It seems like a lot of them do.
Yeah.
I don't think my dog does. I know I don't. That's one thing I don't have.
We're gonna see if we can get this question.
Okay.
Hello. Is this anonymous? Anonymous. This is Watts calling from the Locker Room Banter podcast show. How you doing today?
Good. How about yourself?
You had a specific question. I'm doing good. I'm here with my dog.
Oh, hey, what's up? Who's anonymous? Hello, anonymous.
You know who anonymous is.
I don't, but okay.
I'm here with my dog, and you had a specific question that you asked us on the live. We don't feel like we could answer that question, but you want to ask the question that you had asked?
Absolutely. So my question was, is why is it that a lot of women that are currently married or pursuing, not being in their marriage anymore, tend to date other women or decide to marry same sex?
And all right, Anwar, you want to try to take a stab at it? I don't think we can really answer the question, and I'm going to rely on you for some insight on this as well. But you want to take a stab at it first?
No, I actually don't know how to answer because my question to that question was, is the person we're talking about, I guess, married to a man, or is this a solely a woman situation? Married to a woman and now trying to pursue another woman?
It would primarily be a woman married to a man.
Oh, okay. So
why is it that you are seeking to be with other women after being married to a man?
I could take.
You want?
I'm gonna take a stab. And again, you might know a better answer than me, so you're gonna have to give us your perspective on it as well. But my stab is, I think women have a more emotional understanding of each other than what a man does for a woman sometimes. And I think that's where a woman values their relationship with other women than they do with men. So that may be the perspective. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good answer, actually.
That is a good answer coming from a man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So and then let's keep it a funk. Y'all say that women eat it better than men do. So,
so I've heard as well.
Sexually wise, so I mean,
women are. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that women are emotional lovers. Like we do things. Our actions speak louder than words for us. So I think it's more on an emotional aspect where we're not completely physical beings like men to some degree, not all. And I think we understand each other better, so it's easier to read each other versus, how women are like, oh, I want you to read my mind, but men don't like to hear that. But if you're with another woman, it's instantly that, oh, I kind of know what she needs or what she wants, essentially.
And women are also more sensitive when it comes to like those type of conversations, where men, kind of like you just said, will brush off those type of topics sometimes. Whereas a woman, like you said, she kind of understands, okay, she just need her space. Yeah. And she's just a little bit more sensitive to, that emotional vulnerability that you're trying to have at that moment in time, right? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, or I'm thinking like, of course, you just got hurt from a man in a sense. So therefore, you're just not thinking about that with going to a whole nother man. So you would like to go with somewhere that just seems easier, safer. Like you said, you'll go to a woman because you understand them, but you'll feel they understand you better, way clearer than a man could. And whatever situation it could have been of why, you and him and her, whatever, split, then, that just makes it that much easier to go to a woman. I mean, I've always heard that in the past, a lot of women do go and deal with same sex after being like in a painful relationship, not even just marriage, but relationship in general.
So I got a question in response to that as well. Do you not think that there are there's a men that's out there that can meet that emotional need that the woman is seeking?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not speaking entirely for myself,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I'm just saying in
have,
general.
I have come in contact with a lot of women, and it's not even I know Anwar mentioned being hurt, but a lot of these women aren't even hurt.
Right.
To some degree, they just realize over time they prefer the same sex, and as I stated before, it just seems like they have you know, other women just have a better understanding of each other in general, and so it makes the relationship 10 times easier
Yeah.
than having, a guessing game or feel like you're training your man, like some would say. They're not having to do any of that. It's like, all right, you kind of get an idea of what it is you need to do as a significant other, and they're doing just that.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Wow. Well, this is a new one. I actually like this topic because it gets us, insight on, like again, the woman's perspective of it and, different emotions that go with that because we have our point. But we do say this is the locker room banter where ladies are always welcome. So we appreciate that.
So I got another question for you. So, coming from a woman, what is some advice that you could give for let's go for a single man like myself first, and then for a married man.
In reference to?
And just in general.
Oh, okay.
What is some advice that you could just give in general for a single man and for a married man when it comes to emotional vulnerability or whatever?
Oh, okay.
The only advice I can give is listen to your significant other. Like sometimes they may not be verbal cues, but actions, interactions, when you start to feel like emotional detachment, like those are all signs that you should follow through with. Sometimes I feel like you kind of get busy and life gets in the way, kids get in the way, so you kind of lose sight of what it is that, okay, I need to keep doing this. And as far as like a married man, it's like, don't stop dating your wife.
That's a good point.
That as well. It's like, oh, I already have her, so there's no need to keep her, when in fact, yeah, you do. If anything, you need to work a little harder to keep her.
Yeah.
That's a good point. We'll appreciate that advice, Anonymous. You got anything?
Hold on. I just had one for Anonymous. Hold on. Let me see if I can remember. Okay. Yeah, that's the question. So this is just a question in general. Do you believe someone can fall back in love with their significant other? If there's any laws, can they fall back in love?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I believe that can happen, but there's going to be work on both ends. A lot on both ends. But yeah, I absolutely think that can happen.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
There it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man.
Any questions for us before we? Yeah.
No, you guys keep doing your thing.
Okay.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man. As always, I'll be in contact with you soon.
No problem.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, man. Before we go ahead and wrap up Hot Topics, man, I do want to give a special shout out and RIP to my dog Tiny.
Yeah.
Big Debo.
Debo. Liston last name, right?
Yep, Tiny Lister.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Debo, I mean, we spoke about that, me and my brothers and whatnot, like how it kind of does hurt. Like, I mean, yeah, Debo, we didn't know him personally, but you feel like you did, man.
I mean, he's a hood legend.
Damn legend. I mean, he's a fucking verb. You know what I'm saying? You got Debo'd. I mean, if there's a person that don't know what you mean when you say, bruh, someone just Debo'd you for such and such. If you don't know where that means or comes from, then I mean, I don't know what planet you've been living on. But that alone just says how much of a household name he was.
Yep, part of the culture, man.
Yeah,
hood legend, man. So just want to give RIP to the big dog, man. Let's go ahead and run it down, man. It's time to go ahead and get into sports. All right, I was going to let you kick it off, but obviously you don't know shit, so.
Kick it off. Speaking of kickoff, take it off with the football.
All right, we'll go ahead and get it started then. We'll kick it off with college football. There was a lot of big upsets this past weekend.
It was.
We can go ahead and start it off with the NCAA football. The University of Florida, who was ranked, I believe, number 6, lost to the LSU Tigers, who were completely unranked in a controversial call where the player got a unnecessary unsportsmanlike conduct for throwing the player's shoe 20 yards down the field.
20
like
yards.
A freaking idiot.
That's a hell of a throw for a shoe.
Which gave LSU enough time to come down and win the game-winning field goal and hit the game-winning field goal in order to beat University of Florida. The controversy around that loss, though, being that LSU is such a terrible team, and an unranked team, is that University of Florida only dropped one spot from the number 6 ranking to number 7 ranking at 8-2, when there's a bunch of different other teams just out there that's undefeated. But that did knock them out of the playoff picture right as of right now. But I will give you a rundown of the top teams, the top 10 teams that's in the playoff, that's in the college football rankings. With Alabama coming in at number 1, Notre Dame coming in at number 2, both of them at 10-0, Clemson coming in at 9-1, Ohio State at 5-0. I don't understand why the fuck they're up there for number 4 when they only played 5 games. There's a lot of controversy behind that as well. But they are going to be in their conference championship game this upcoming season. This upcoming weekend, as well as Texas A&M at number 5 at 7-1, Iowa State at number 6 at 8-2, University of Florida at 8-2 at number 7, University of Georgia at 7-2, Cincinnati at 8-0, and Oklahoma at 7-10. The controversy behind Florida being ranked number 7 and Alabama at number 1 is that Florida will be playing Alabama in the SEC championship game, giving Florida another opportunity to possibly jump in that top 4 in order to get into the college playoff picture. I don't see that happening because Alabama is still a great freaking team, but it is a possibility, as well as Notre Dame and Clemson, who is Notre Dame number 2 and Clemson number 3. They will be facing each other in the ACC championship. They're pretty much locked in for the playoff picture. If Ohio State has to win their conference championship in order to hold down that number 4 spot, but Texas A&M do have an opportunity if they win their conference championship and Ohio State do lose in order to get in that number 4 spot to get into the college playoffs. But college playoffs is around the corner. Unfortunately, my Miami Hurricanes is no longer in the picture after that dumbass loss that they had to North Carolina. So. Yeah, man. Let's go ahead and get into the NFL. Right now, we're wrapping up the regular season for the NFL. There is a lot of stuff going on right now. The Miami and Dolphins are actually looking pretty good, as well as with the Buffalo Bills. That's causing a lot of uproar right now, man. And they've actually been doing their thing. But we'll go ahead and get into the playoff picture right now. Right now, the Kansas City Chiefs is number 1 seed coming out of the AFC. Number 2 seeds is Steelers. Number 3 seeds is the Buffalo Bills on the hunts. They're in the hunt, as well as the Tennessee Titans, and number 4 seed. Browns and number 5 seeds. Number 6 seeds is the Colts, and number 7 seeds is the Miami Dolphins. As well as on the bubble, we have the Baltimore Ravens at number 8, the Raiders at number 9, and the Patriots are still in it at number 10, and the Broncos at number 11. Coming out of the AFC. On the NFC side, we have the Packers at number 1 at 10-3, the Saints at 10-3, who should be getting Drew Brees sometime soon, but they've been winning their last couple of games with the backup quarterback. Not the backup quarterback. He's actually like one of those flex players, but I don't even want to get into. I can't remember his name right now. But he's going to be. Drew Brees should be coming back soon. They did take a loss this past weekend. But they still should be insecure for the playoffs. We also have the Rams at number 3 seed, the Washington football team at number 4.
Seattle. Forgot they dropped the Redskins.
Yeah, they dropped the Redskins because of controversy behind that. Then we got the Seattle Seahawks at number 5, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at number 6, who's playing the Atlanta Falcons this upcoming weekend and have to play them again in the final week on week 17. So they have to win those 2 games in order to lock in that number 6 seed. We also have the Arizona Cardinals at number 7. And on the bubble, we have the Minnesota Vikings, the Chicago Bears, the Detroit Lions, the 49ers, and the Giants. Oh, excuse me. We also got the Eagles, Cowboys in it as well. So, man. So that's it for the NFL. A lot of stuff coming up within the next couple of weeks, man. So be sure to keep it locked in. Playoffs is around the corner, man. I know you're not excited for it, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, this is true. Anyone knows me, I've never been big on football. I'll catch a game from time to time, and that time to time is very rare.
I will sit here and say this. I do believe that if Tampa Bay could get it together over the next 2 weeks and secure that playoff, they do have the opportunity. They do have a chance to win it out in the conference finals, get to the Super Bowl in Tampa Bay.
Hate to say it, but if Tom Brady's your fucking quarterback, you deserve a chance.
I'm not sold on Tom Brady, but the team overall, like I told you,
Tom Brady did it with New England.
Tom Brady. He did it with New England, but that's that's New England. That was Belichick. He has a great coach. Bruce Arians is a cancer for the team right now. Yeah. He's hurting the team really more so than anything. But it is what it is, man. A lot of stuff to be tuned in, and we'll be sure to get you some more in-depth stuff after the new year because we're not going to go into that shit next week. This is next
that makes sense, yeah.
But let's go ahead and get into it, man. Talk about the NBA return. The NBA is officially back.
Feels like it never left. It was the shortest freaking offseason in history of freaking sports, probably outside of baseball.
72 days, yep.
Outside of baseball, of course.
Nah, it was even that. 72 days. So
baseball don't get time off, though. They fucking like year round or some shit, ain't they?
Nah, they get time off. They get like 100 and something days, 150
For real?
days, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, there it is. Even faster than baseball. Everybody knows baseball feels like it never ends. But yeah, like you said, NBA is back, not officially, but the preseason has started, and they've got like, 5-6 games in the preseason or some shit.
Yep.
Looking good for the obvious, like the Lakers beat the Clippers twice already.
Yeah, they beat the Lakers. They beat the Lakers twice already.
They beat the Clippers twice.
Yeah, they beat the Clippers twice already. Again, it's preseason, so they're trying to keep everything within a bubble atmosphere. So that's why they've only been playing West Coast team, our local teams. I think they play Phoenix tonight at 9 p.m. So they've kind of been keeping. I think Miami and Orlando kind of played a couple times. Keeping everything in the region so they can kind of keep them quote unquote bubble atmosphere, even though that doesn't make no sense. But whatever. But yeah. The controversy behind, I guess it ain't no controversy, is the Lakers pretty much beat the Clippers twice without AD and LeBron
at all.
And the highlight for the Lakers has pretty much been has been a new. I guess he's not necessarily a new talent because he did play with him. He did play with him in the playoffs.
Yeah, he got a couple minutes in.
Yeah, but Talon Horton Tucker, who's pretty much been balling for him. I think he had like 30-something points the other night.
Yeah. First game they played the Clippers, he had like 33 or 35 or some shit like that.
Did you watch any of the games? I didn't watch any of them.
No, I did my usual for those that caught the highlights. I don't even think I have access to half them fucking games right now. But no, I caught a couple highlights of obviously the popular games like the Lakers. I did see KD and Kyrie's first game out.
KD looked good. KD looked good for the Nets. He, as you guys don't know, KD pretty much is coming back from 2 years of being injured.
Yeah.
And Kyrie also is really coming back for the first time. I think he got hurt sometime early last season. So he's coming back for the first time as well. So this is actually their first time getting to play together on the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah. So, yep. So he had, if you see him come in, to me at first he looked a little fragile just looking, but that's just how he be looking. First play of the game was like a dunk to baseline. After that, he just looked like damn KD, vintage KD. Mid-court shots, pulling up, making it look easy. Scoring at fucking will. I think he had like 15 points, I think.
I didn't watch any preseason games.
But he only played like 20 minutes or less, actually like 15, 18 minutes. Same with Kyrie. Kyrie had like 2 more points to him. They both played like very small minutes, which is obvious. So they're both coming back from injuries and they need to kind of warm up and just get a feel, and that's just what that was. But I'm sure they'll pick up more minutes as they get into more games to get ready for their, first season together. You know what I mean?
Yep. And one of the other hot topics that kind of been going on is, John Wall has officially joined the Houston Rockets, and he's actually been looking pretty good. He's also coming back from returning from injury as well. So, have you seen any of the highlights of John Wall?
Yes, he it looked like he was playing like Russ to me for some reason, like aggressive as hell. Like he always had that about him a little bit, but for some reason I seen him just taking over a little more, almost like, okay, I'm not about to be the second guy over here like Russ was to Harden. I kind of want to have my own name, but he was hooping. I mean, he did what he was supposed to be doing coming over there.
He did make a comment, and he pretty much said that he said he feel like this is like high school again. He said he's not as fast as he was. He said he's faster. He says he's faster than what he was.
Oh, wow. Well, damn, there it is. I mean, he looked good. You know what I'm saying? He looked good out there. So, shout out to all of them coming back. But then again, they had the most rest that they've ever had in life. So, therefore, I would hope you come back with you.
With them three, three in particular. Yeah. But, also the controversy behind that is, with John Wall joining the Houston Rockets, MIA and missing in action from the Houston Rockets is James Harden.
Yes.
Who's been spending most of his time, as you said earlier today, in Vegas and at Lil Baby's party in Atlanta.
Yeah, I thought he should have pulled up to the podcast. Shit, he been in the A. I mean, he went and what was the gift? I didn't even look that up. What was the gift that he supposedly gave Lil Baby? Everybody was talking about. Was it a whole bunch of money or some shit like that for a birthday gift? But the biggest, talk behind that was, of course, Atlanta is already frowned upon for how free they live right now, given the whole pandemic situation. And James Harden came and partook in these festivities and was recorded not wearing a mask just like anyone else at the fucking party. So obviously if you know anything about protocol, how it was in the bubble and how it's in the leagues now, you have to take all these different COVID tests. You're supposed to pass 3, I think, consecutive COVID tests to be, allowed back in the, in the arenas or whatever. But they told him, given all the shit he was doing, he had to pass 6 of them. Seven. Which I don't understand. Okay, what the fuck is the difference? You know what I'm saying? 3, 6, 7. Is that just punishment because they know these fucking shits are aggravating or what? But you have to pass 7 consecutive COVID tests before they'll say, okay, you're cleared.
It was like that nigga was out here too much, bro. You
Yeah.
you know he wasn't just out here. He was out here with the hoes.
That part. Shit, at least Lemon Pepper Lou just came and grabbed some wings and,
went back to the crib.
Went back to the crib. Harden was in these streets.
Making it rain in the strip club and all that. That boy's an idiot.
Yeah, they did a whole, 2 days in Vegas in the suite or some shit like that.
Man.
But you got to remember, man, you're not just a scrub on a team. You're the franchise, was the franchise for your team. Well, yeah, he still was. I'm sorry. Franchise for your fucking team. So there's going to be people tagging and telling you. Then you're on a scene where you know it's going to be taped. Obviously, I guess he just didn't care that much. But
he said there was a quote that said that he was training in Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's now in Houston focusing on with the team.
Yeah,
whatever.
He opted out to train with the team or whatever. And he had his own spot out in fucking Utah, some random shit like that he has. Yeah. But yeah, anyway.
One of the other, I guess, big topics that occurred either today or yesterday, your boy Giannis Antetokounmpo signed a 5-year record-breaking deal for $228.2 million to re-sign with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, 80. Shitted on your 190.
What's your thoughts on that?
Overpaid. No, I think he's I think it was a secure this before this turns into, because let me back it up. Right now, the stars do what the fuck they want to in the league. The stars, not the league, but the stars. So when you start understanding your worth and realizing that shit, you get to make, some plays on your own. And he obviously showed, some concern about where he's at and not being able to win, which egged on the idea of he might be trying to leave us. So, of course, how else you going to keep somebody put? Throw a shitload of money at them and say, bro, just stay and bring us this. What the fuck else is Milwaukee without Giannis? Tell me that.
Yeah.
Milwaukee ain't been popping. We said this last time. Milwaukee ain't been popping since the Ray Allen era. The Vin Baker. Well, I said they never been popping. No, I said they have been popping since fucking Kareem. Before he was Kareem, he was Lou Alcindor for the Bucks.
We better put some respect on Ray Allen, bro.
Yeah, but they ain't been popping since, I guess you could say, the Ray Allen, Vin Baker, and they weren't even popping. You know what I'm saying? Because that was Jordan era.
Let's go ahead and I'm gonna put it out there now. Yeah, he signed for this record-breaking contract, but he ain't gonna be able to trade. No, I don't think he's gonna get traded, but he ain't gonna be able to get no help. Oh
yeah, they done maxed out with his ass, and he has a good team. But the thing is, everyone else is evolving. It's not like they're evolving. Like, you look at the Lakers, they changed their roster up massively. They kept their core, which is what they need to do, and they changed up the outside pieces. And everybody's praising them for how smart they went about it. Milwaukee hasn't done shit.
Yeah, they ain't he's not gonna be able to get any help. I mean, and I don't think you're gonna be able to trade that contract. Yeah. And
so you were number one team on the East, and you had the the MVP, which we know should have went to Braun this year. But at the end of the day, you didn't change anything, which means everyone else got better, but you stayed stagnant. And just in life in general, how does that usually work out?
Yeah. But I mean, hey, shout out to Giannis, bro. You better go ahead and secure that bag. I'm not sure how much of that is guaranteed. Yeah. Secure the bag, bro. Make sure you put that bid somewhere and invest it. Go ahead and do what you gotta do. There is also thoughts that Steph Curry came out with his he got his Under Armour deal. Mm-hmm. Now he has Brand Curry, his own signature line, like Jordan has. It's called Brand Curry. Curry brand, something like that. Now there's talk that LeBron's going to want to have Team Bron apparel.
I'm not surprised.
I mean, but Bron deserves it. You think Curry deserves his own brand? Okay.
And I only say this because of again.
Under Armour.
Well, no, fuck Under Armour. I don't even fuck with Under Armour.
Exactly.
Under Armour's whack. I just think about because not even about how good he is, but his importance to culture change in the NBA, and
I can understand that.
How people like the regular Joes. I know you just being funny. Regular Joes out here literally changed the entire way people play basketball.
Just like the Shaqs.
The Shaqs. This man.
You've got Shaq got his own brand too.
Yeah, and they were sold in Walmart. Elijah was on the Spalding for a minute now. But all I'm saying is because how important he is to young kids.
Before he branched off on his own.
Yeah. But the following that Curry has is worthy of his own line.
These kids love some Curry.
Yeah, like I mean, I've played ball in the last 5 years, And I hate it sometimes because all they
wanna
do is shoot from half court. Motherfuckers, I mean, I'll just
missing like a mug.
literally will be wide open for a three, and they will dribble and step back 2 more spots just to get a Curry shot up.
Shoot a brick.
Yes, or air ball. Half of them can't even shoot that far, but it's just he changed the game that much to where he's worthy of his own line.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
As far other than that, there was some more. I can't call it breaking news because I mean I really don't care, but obviously it was important to this family. LiAngelo Ball, the youngest of the Ball brothers, who had just finally made his way to the NBA after being overseas, right?
Yeah, he was overseas. He was doing just like his brother overseas, NCs, NG leagues, all that stuff.
Yeah, trying to get on. So finally, the Pistons actually signed him. Everybody was talking about the 3 Ball brothers in the league and all that good stuff. And literally 11 days after the signing, they waved the shit out of him.
You didn't see my post I made of it because you're not on IG.
No.
I don't know why this guy is out here trying to promote a podcast and not be on IG, but whatever.
Go ahead.
Anwar's an idiot.
Go ahead.
But there
post?
was a post basically where they was like giving like a thank you tribute to Jello for all that he's contributed to the Detroit Pistons.
Oh shit!
And all it was just him giving a one layup at practice.
Damn, that's probably all he did. Shit. So with that being said, well, how does that work? I mean, I don't really understand how that works. He's waived. That means someone can pick him back up, right?
Somebody can pick him back up, but ain't nobody picking him up.
Yeah, not by a season start, which is in fucking a week and a half.
I mean, somebody can, but ain't nobody picking him up.
I mean,
there's
it's just the name they'll be picking him up for. Like
yeah, pretty much. There's rumors that he may get signed to one of those dual contracts to where he could be in the G League and on the team at the same time, but ain't nobody picking him up.
Yeah. Well, shout out to the Ball family. Y'all still winning. Y'all still
got 2 brothers out there hooping. And,
yeah.
And Melo actually had an incredible, not incredible, but he had a pretty good first game that I saw the other night from the highlights that I saw, and he looked like he might be something that you have to keep your eye on in Charlotte.
Okay.
Of course they lost, but whatever. He looked like he might be a solid player though.
Well, there it is. You know, Ball family still doing better than my family. Nah.
That's a fact. That is a fact. I told y'all.
Damn fool. And first thing that his daddy did was go in and roast on the Pistons, talking about they got a fucked up franchise over there and all kind of shit. I'm like, you weren't saying that when they signed him. Now that they cut him, now they just a horrible franchise. Talking about they gonna learn or something like that. Yeah. What they gonna learn, LeVar, whatever his name is.
LeVar. All right, man. So let's go ahead and run it down. You got any shows or anything you want to give a shout out to?
Man,
been watching?
I'm still trying to finish Cobra Kai.
You're terrible. I found a good copy. I found a good version of Tenet.
Did you? I did too. I've been watching. God. I almost finished it, bro. What do you think?
Oh my God, you got. It's not what. That's the thing. You probably was doing too much. You had the kids around you. You had the wife around you. You couldn't focus.
That's the thing. I told her I couldn't. I said we needed to wait. I tried, bro. It's so hard to get.
That you have to have nothing around. You can't have no phone on you. You have to pay attention the entire time because literally there's parts in the movie from the beginning to the end that if you watch, you can predict what's about to happen.
Yeah.
You could know what's going to happen, and it all comes full circle at the end of the movie. Like
I was getting that for the little bit I did because I told Monique I'm not one of those that watch movies and have them watch me. I have to if I really want to watch it, I need to sit down and watch it. So this is something I have to do. Like when the kids at daycare, like you said, go up there, just lock in. Because it got to the point where I told her, "Hey man, you on your own because I can't watch it the way I want to. So I'm not gonna bother. I don't want to half-ass watch this because I really want to see it."
It's definitely a mind f.
Yeah,
it's a great movie, man.
Okay.
I know a lot of people were kind of like confused about it and they're saying it wasn't that good, and it's probably because they just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
You just got to make sure you are really locked in. Can't be talking to nobody during the movie. You have to be focused throughout the whole time because there's literally every single scene there's something that's tied to the end or tied to the beginning that you kind of predict what's going on out it.
Yeah,
so,
and I still need to
get. I'm probably gonna watch it again just to kind of
to rewatch to recatch some shit. I still I need to find a better copy. I have a good one, but I really want an awesome copy, like a damn DVD version, because this is one of the movies
it's out there now. It's out there now.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. This is one of those movies that I really wish I could have went to the theaters and seen just so far
and
after
and that's exactly how I felt when I was watching it. I was like, dang, bro, it sucks that this COVID kind of messed up everything because this is one of those in-theater movies that you have to watch. And also as well, I do want to give a shout out to John David Washington because his acting skills has come up tremendously since Ballers.
Man, who you telling?
That boy sounds just like his daddy.
Dog, if you just turn your head and listen, is that not a Denzel movie?
That boy sounds just like his daddy. Dog.
If you turn your head and listen, that's a Denzel movie, bro. Yeah, he does. I laugh. Even a couple scenes, you look at him, like, yeah, that's that nigga's son, boy.
Yeah, man. Also, as well, shout out to Netflix for pulling Dave Chappelle to the Chappelle Show out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys, I don't think we talked about it on the show,
didn't.
but Chappelle kind of went through a rundown, about how he's not getting paid for Comedy Central reselling Dave Chappelle's show to all these different networks. He went, he has a partnership with Netflix. He came from Netflix, was like, hey man, can you guys take this down? I'm not getting paid from this. I feel some type of way about this, and Netflix respectfully took it down. HBO is now following suit by doing the same thing, man. So shout out to that, man. That's letting you know, they're kind of standing up for not just the culture, but just standing up for the artists and, making sure that they do the right thing by the artists. Big shout out to HBO and Netflix for that.
Yeah, then we didn't
even
speak
though
about
Netflix ain't really got no good shit on it right now, but whatever.
That shit's whack. And what's the joint that he just dropped? What's it called again? Shout that out because he did say go catch that. The newest one of his specials.
He got so many specials out right now, I can't tell you.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it.
Because he got one on YouTube. He got the one that he did on IG. He got so many specials everywhere, man.
Yeah.
And like I said, I went to go catch him a couple of weeks ago, man.
Yeah, he's my comedic goat for real.
He's the goat.
Yeah, he had that Mark Twain one when he got the Mark Twain Comedic Award, which was super.
That was dope too.
That episode, that damn what the fuck you call the shit. That show was just good to watch.
Monologue.
That I loved it. It was tight. Yeah, go watch that shit when you can.
Speech, one of them. But anyways, let's go ahead and run it down then.
Yeah, man, that's it. So yeah, y'all know where y'all can find your boy on social media as usual. It's Anwar W_357 on Instagram. Again, ANWAR, the letter W _357, and on Facebook it's just Anwar Williams Watts.
Yeah, man, this is your boy Watts. You can hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at Watts4. That is WATTS4. And you can hit up the Locker Room Banter podcast crew on both Instagram and Twitter at LRBanter407. That is LRBANTER407. And the Locker Room Banter podcast show on Facebook from the Locker Room Banter podcast crew.
We out. Listen twice.
On me, no.